So the Offensive Rebound is an interesting title for a YouTube series, right? Well, let me give you the backstory. Welcome to the Harmonious.Balance channel. My name is Joanna and it's our launch week. If you missed the initial launch video, please check it out. It's linked in the description box. Now, in the launch video, I talked about the three main series of content that this channel is starting off with. For your consideration, my faith struggles, and the offensive rebound. And this here video is the first of the Offensive Rebound series. Now, today I'm going to talk about the inspiration for this series. I'll share my personal story that led me this direction, and then I'll end with how I actually came up with the title, The Offensive Rebound. My story, or at least a quick summary of my story. In future videos, I'll dig deeper into details, but for now, I'll summarize. So this series was primarily inspired by recovering from injury and illness. 2009 to 2020 was a really tough decade for me. Prior to that, I had had some injury and illness, but this past decade was really tough. I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. I had multiple injuries and surgeries, and I ended up being diagnosed with high blood pressure. Now, personality-wise, I am definitely an introvert, but I'm a physically expressive person. And so you'll probably see that's how you'll see my extroversion, if you will. So with me being a physically expressive person, my confidence took a hit. And in a way, it felt like I was being silenced. I didn't trust my body, and after struggling for a decade, I can't even remember my last pain-free day. I started to believe that this was just going to be my lot in life, the cross I had to bear. I was stuck and I didn't want to be stuck, yet I didn't know how to become unstuck. Somehow in 2019, I decided that I needed a consistent exercise routine to tackle the high blood pressure. So I decided to begin a 15-minute low-impact walking-based exercise series that I found here on YouTube. Now, let me just say for the record, over that decade, I never completely stopped working out, but I was very inconsistent. But these 15-minute videos got me consistent and pushed me to want to do more. I got other workout video recommendations that were more intense, and before I knew it, I started to feel like my old self again. I started to have hope that maybe I could trust my body again. Now, I still work through moments of lower confidence and pain. Like I said, I can't even remember my last pain-free day. I got ice packs, heating pads, Tylenol, Aleve, muscle rub, Epsom salt, among other things. Always on deck to minimize pain. But getting back to consistent physical activity has been the best thing for my confidence. And in a way, I feel like I'm finding my voice again. I feel like I'm rebounding. And when I think of the term rebounding, I think of basketball. Now, in the 90s, I was a huge fan of the Chicago Bulls. I grew up in Gary, Indiana, which is right next door to Chicago. So the Bulls were pretty much our home team. So, I was glued to my seat a couple summers ago when the Last Dance came out. That era was basketball at its finest, and we all know how rebounds are pretty critical to the game. We also know Hall of Famer Dennis Rodman's specialty was rebounding. I once listened to him explain how he would study the many ways the ball would bounce off the rim and the backboard, and how he used that understanding to be in position for every rebound. It was very fascinating. Didn't realize there could be a science to grabbing the rebound, but it actually does make sense when you think about it from a physics standpoint. I just never thought that deep about it. Let me take a time out though. Just so you know, I'm quite intrigued by athletes and sports and their athletic prowess. I've learned a lot of life lessons through sports and physical therapy. So you're going to hear sports analogies a lot on this channel, not just in this series, but in this channel overall. But back to rebounding. In basketball, it's understood that you're going to miss shots, and the ability to rebound is absolutely necessary. The opposing team's ability to rebound and take possession when we miss provides them a particular momentum. And we get that same momentum when we get the rebound from our own missed shots. The offensive rebound, we have another opportunity to square up for another shot. Now, in this game of life, because of course this is a metaphor, we take a lot of shots. Some shots we make and some we miss. It's inevitable that we're going to miss some. The question is, when we do miss, how often are we grabbing our own rebounds? How often are we fighting and hustling for the offensive rebound? Even when things happen to us and our opposition scores, the ball at some point will get inbounded back to us, and we have to decide if we're going to shoot our shot again. Whenever we have the ball in our hands, we have some decisions to make. Specifically, decisions at time when we think we're going to lose the game anyway, and think there's no point in even trying, even though there actually still is time left on the clock. Decisions at time when life has beat us up so bad that we take our ball home and put it away and let it deflate. That's what this series is all about. I said earlier that I was pretty much about to settle for suboptimal health. I thought that what I had was the best I was going to get. The past decade took me out of the game, and I was afraid of getting back in. I literally feared being injured over and over again. It seemed like all I could see myself was in somebody's OR again. At the same time, at my core, I wanted better than what I had. And the only way to get that better was to get back in the game and start taking some shots. And if and when I miss, to make sure to go after the offensive rebound. And that's what I'm here to encourage you to do. If you take your shot and miss, get that offensive rebound. Don't ever bow out of the game. You know, I never actually played basketball, but back in the day, I actually started this in undergrad. I would grab a basketball and go to the rec center. And when I graduated, I would go to a neighborhood court and just shoot around. I think I'm actually going to start that up again. It won't be pretty to start, but I think I will. Y'all, I done inspired myself just in recording this video. And I hope you are inspired, at least inspired enough to keep watching, to get more encouraged, to grab the offensive rebound for whatever it is you might be facing in life. That's all the time I have right now. I need to get out of here. Y'all be good, and I will see you later, good people.